What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, undefeated, 3-division world champion, who at one point in time simultaneously held the WBA super title at super featherweight, WBA regular title at lightweight 135, and at junior welterweight 140-pound division in superstar boxer Gervonta Tank Davis. Gervonta Tank Davis, 27 wins, no losses, no draw, 25 big wins by way of knockout. He is 28 years of age, 5'5" with a 67-inch arm reach. Gervonta Tank Davis, he reveals that, like I told you guys, the plans is for Gervonta Tank Davis to fight in January, okay? So he takes to social media yesterday and he tells the fans that he will be back in the ring in January, okay? And that, he didn't give an opponent. Obviously, everybody starts to speculate and everybody starts to wonder. And, they're starting to guess. And everybody is assuming that Gervonta Tank Davis is going to face off against undefeated lightweight junior welterweight Mexican superstar title contender King Ryan Garcia. 23 wins, no loss, no draw, 19 wins by way of knockout. He is 24 years of age, 5'10" with a 70-inch arm reach. And King Ryan Garcia, everybody assumes that Gervonta Tank Davis is going to fight Ryan Garcia. There's some major hurdles to be had and to be settled with a Ryan Garcia fight. And Gervonta Tank Davis, he's with PBC, Premier Boxing Champion, founder and advisor Al Heyman. Okay, he's with Showtime President of Sports, Steven Espinosa. And there's major hurdles preventing this fight from happening because Ryan Garcia, as we know, is with DAZN, okay? And he's with Oscar De La Hoya, Golden Boy Promotions, and DAZN. And Oscar De La Hoya, he has obligations to DAZN, right? So I see a lot of people, they're saying that Oscar De La Hoya is not involved in the negotiations because Al Heyman and Steven Espinosa relationship with Oscar De La Hoya is strained. So Oscar De La Hoya is not involved, okay? They leaving Oscar De La Hoya out of it. And that they're incorporating other routes and avenues to negotiate this fight. It still all boils down. You can leave Oscar De La Hoya out of it as much as you want to. It all boils down to, at the end of the day, it boils down and comes down to this. And that's DAZN and Steven Espinosa coming to an agreement that's going to allow them to co-promote this fight and co-air this fight. That's what it all comes down to. That's what it all boils down to. And as I told you guys, former 3-division world champion, Mexican superstar boxer, Abner Mares, 31 wins, 3 losses, 2 draws, 15 wins by way of knockout. He himself was knocked out once in his career. He's 36, 5'5" with a 66-inch arm reach. That's on the table for Gervonta Tank Davis, Abner Mares. Okay? And with that said, I told you guys they were trying to make Ryan Garcia versus Gervonta Tank Davis January 7th of 2023, right? But there's major hurdles in the way. And because there's major hurdles in the way for that fight, right, Abner Mares is on the table. And people will be disappointed. But Abner Mares, he came off of an extensive layoff, 4-year layoff when he fought 4-division world champion Mexican superstar boxer Leo Santa Cruz back in June of 2018. He lost, unanimous decision. He came back this year, September of this year. He fought Miguel Flores and he fought to a draw. Remember that Abner Mares and Gervonta Tank Davis were supposed to fight each other, but Abner Mares, that's when he suffered that major eye injury, or discovered the major eye injury that he had, and he was pulled out the fight, right? And he just didn't fight at all for 4 years, right? And so with that said, Abner Mares is placed on the table as a possible opponent for Gervonta Tank Davis, who has not fought since May 28th of this year. He fought one time this year. Gervonta Tank Davis did. And he's sitting on the shelf. Right? Because the budget is just simply not there. They're waiting. Showtime is waiting. Fox is waiting to re-up with PBC. Okay? To get a new budget, to get a new deal, so they could pay the fights for the fights that they want to see. Right? People are speculating that they're going to see Gervonta Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia. You can X out, like I said, you can X out Oscar De La Hoya all you want to. You cannot X out DAZN. Because Ryan Garcia, Oscar De La Hoya sit to the side. Not happily, but he'll sit to the side because he's still going to have somebody else. Regardless, you're not going to negotiate directly with Ryan Garcia. You're not going to negotiate directly with Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia is signed a lucrative deal to Golden Boy Promotions. He's not signed to DAZN, but he signed to Golden Boy Promotions. So Oscar De La Hoya can sit out all he wants. Somebody that represents Golden Boy Promotions is going to be sitting in that room, which means that DAZN is going to be sitting in that room. So I know people are getting excited to see that, oh, well, Oscar's not going to be included, so they'll get a deal done. These are the mind games that they play with the fans. It don't matter. Oscar De La Hoya is still going to have the final say. Oscar De La Hoya can sit out the meetings all he want to. Golden Boy is in that meeting, which means DAZN is in that meeting, which means the hurdle is still in that meeting. That is the major hurdle to begin with, which is the networks coming together to do business. Steven Espinosa and Showtime do not want to share the revenue because they already are in the red. Hence the reason why you have the quote-unquote, in my opinion, the biggest fight in boxing between Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford not coming to fruition because the budget is not there. They offered them zero guarantee money. They are solely, for the biggest fight in boxing, they're solely betting on themselves. Right? Solely betting on themselves. And you think that Steven Espinosa, we saw Paramount come out and they said that Showtime is struggling. Boxing is a hobby for Showtime. Boxing is not a necessity for Showtime. It's a hobby for Showtime. So if the money ain't there for Showtime overall in their major responsibilities, their major focuses is movies and replays and things of that nature. If the money is not there for those, the money ain't there for boxing. They could care less about boxing. So why would Steven Espinosa want to put up a fight of this magnitude and not reap 100% of the benefits? And have to share the benefits. DAZN is not in the same position as Steven Espinosa and Showtime is in. They're just simply not. DAZN is going to benefit. Steven Espinosa wants to benefit from this fight. And Showtime. Remember, they stated that Gervonta Tank Davis is no longer with Mayweather Promotions. But what he is with Showtime. He has a deal with Showtime. Like undefeated welterweight superstar title contender, Jaron Boots Ennis, the Phenom as I call him. 29 wins, no loss, no draw. 27 big wins by way of knockout. 25 years of age, 5'10" with a 74-inch arm reach. Right? Jaron Ennis has a deal with Showtime. He doesn't have a deal with PBC. PBC just has a deal with Showtime. Just happens to look like that Jaron Ennis is with PBC, but he's not. He's not a PBC fighter. He's a Showtime fighter. He's a Cameron Duncan fighter. He's not signed to the PBC. So when people look at Jaron Ennis and they wonder why he's not getting these fights, because they're not offering up, they're not putting these fighters on a plate. They're not going to put Keith Thurman and Errol Spence and these fighters on the chopping block for Jaron Ennis, a possible chopping block. They ain't gonna do it. And Showtime is in a tough place right now. Yeah, they announced Michelle Ali Rivera versus Frank Martin. That's not a high profile fight. I love Frank Martin. I love Michelle Rivera Ali. It's not a high profile fight. It's not going to cost them. It's not going to break bank. It's going to be at the Armory in Minneapolis. It's not going to be in Vegas, not going to be in New York, not going to be in LA. It's not a high profile fight. Okay? So with that said, right? This is what I try to tell y'all. Right? The budget is not there. So Tank Davis put January. If Tank Davis was strong about this fight happening in January, 2 months from now, right? Okay. Let me give you another example. What did Floyd Mayweather just say about Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford? Now, we know Floyd Mayweather, as he always states, he's his close relationship with the PBC and Al Heyman. If you sign to Al Heyman, you sign to Floyd Mayweather, right? Okay, cool. Floyd Mayweather said, you need an extensive amount of time to promote the fight, at least 8 weeks. Well, we're 8 weeks out from January 7th right now. So they should be announcing Gervonta Tank Davis versus Ryan Garcia right now. Right now. They should be announcing Gervonta Tank Davis versus Ryan Garcia. Today is November 8th. Today is November 8th. So you got December, January. That means right now, we are 2 months out. Right now, exactly from that date, January 7th. January 7th. So they should be announcing it right now. Tank Davis just said January. When in January? Right? They announced Caleb Plant fighting David Benavidez. When? When? They're waiting for the re-up, people. They're waiting for the re-up. I want to see Gervonta Tank Davis versus Ryan Garcia as well. But they're waiting for the re-up. Hence the reason it didn't happen this year. So, if Tank Davis was fully confident that this was happening, he would have said, I'm fighting Ryan Garcia in January. Abner Mares is a lower profile fight. It's an in-house fight. Nobody has to share anything. They keep 100% of the revenue circulating inside the community. That's what they want. That's what they need. They can't afford to allow revenue to seek out to any other place. They can't share it right now. They can't share it right now. So let's see how this unfolds and plays out. But that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.